How's it going, people? Simon Slabber here, and today we have the massive behind the scenes video for September. There's absolutely loads of stuff happening in September. Ridiculous amount, to be totally honest. And there is a bollock ton of content coming along with it. So yeah, looking forward to next month, gotta be said. Additionally, the patch notes page for the 29th of August is now working, so I can tell you all the little sneaky things he did in the background to fix a bunch of stuff. There's a bit in there, not a massive amount, there's nothing groundbreaking, but it is nice to know about what they have and haven't fixed. So I'll tell you about those after the BTS. So, getting started then, what can you expect from September? Well, absolutely loads, gotta be said. Well, Saradomin and Zamorak, we're going to find out who's going to be victorious. The Battle of Lumbridge reaches its dramatic climax, and that'll be the end of the Battle of Lumbridge. And we'll find out which one of those two fellas win. Most likely going to be Saradomin, let's be honest, he's miles ahead. But you never know, could be a bunch of Saradominists switch over to Zamorak suddenly, and we could have a bit of a mix-up. Either way, we're going to find out sometime in September. And that will... well, it's not going to be outdone by the rest of September, put it that way, because there's absolutely loads going on. So, they're also going to be adding super challenges for superhero gear, as well as double XP. You can gear up for an excellent finale to the Dwarf Quest series, as well as Vorago, getting additional attack patterns, and that's going to be changing things up for Vorago fighting, as well as a brand new task set, surprisingly enough. And not in a place I'd expect. A task set for Daemonheim. Brand new Dungeoneering Task Set Henri. As well as a few other little things on top of it. So yeah, if you're interested in hearing about these, stay tuned, because I'm going to cover them all in more detail now. So, starting off with Super September then. This September, we're trying a new breed of bonus event, a super challenge every day this month. Colossal rewards for completing super challenges, plus boosted bonus XP for your regular challenges. The event is called Super September, and it takes advantage of the challenge system. Super September will add one super challenge to your normal daily challenge system every day throughout September, and these will be added on top of your conventional challenges. However, these super challenges won't be what you've come to expect. They'll be superhero challenges. They'll require you to traverse the world, collaborate with superheroes, and bring justice to the world of RuneScape. Be prepared to eat inventory loads of bananas, contact the kings and queens of RS, and kill the villains of the world. There'll be a new super challenge every single day, starting on the 1st of September. So log in regularly to unmask these challenges and compete. For those who actually fully complete a superhero challenge, there's a hulking amount of XP on offer. And that's not all. If you are consistently active as a superhero and manage to complete these challenges, you'll also be able to look the part. Superhero rewards will be available for every 5 challenges you complete, including a full superhero outfit override, super titles, lightning bolt, and claw override, as well as a superhero shield override, and a brand new emote which takes you soaring through the sky and landing dramatically on the ground with your fists on your hips like a true boss. Players who complete all 30 of these challenges will, amongst a few other things, receive a pimpin' gold version of the superhero outfit, and that is what the outfit is generally going to look like. That's the art for it anyway. That is the normal version right there. The gold version is, well, just colour everything in gold and you get the idea, pretty much. It's a big old pimp suit. So yeah, there we go. Gotta be looking forward to that. Additionally, 2 super challenges will have high score tables. Lasting 1 week each, they'll be known as Farmyard Rampage and Bulldog. They will allow you to complete their requirements as many times as you like, with supreme heroes being featured on a seasonal high score table. At the end of the week, the top 1,000 players on that table will be rewarded with 2 brand new titles, and if you haven't won it by completing all 30 of the super challenges yet, the pimping gold version of the superhero outfit. If you want more from your Super September, look no further than the conventional challenges, your normal dailies, the Dungeoneering Challenge, the Mining Challenge, Hunter Challenge, all of those fellas. Because throughout the entire course of September, challenges will be offering double XP, while the already generous Dungeoneering challenges will give you 1.25 XP. So, a nice little chunk of extra bonus on everything you do on your daily challenges. So, happy days. Can't really fault that. So that is the Mega Super September. They're going to be adding loads of new challenges. They'll be coming up daily, and they'll be different from your regular challenges. It'll probably be kind of random things, I'm expecting. But if you manage to complete 30 of them, then you will gain the Uber Pimp Gold version of the superhero override. So all in all, it's probably worth participating in, because it gives you an entirely brand new free armor override for yourself. So you can kind of combine that with whatever else to look nice and pretty and shiny. So yeah, not bad at all. On top of that, you do gain a massive chunk of extra XP for doing these super challenges. So yeah, nice little daily diversion there. On top of that, your actual dailies, your daily tasks, will be giving you double XP, except for Dungeoneering, that'll be 1.25. So yeah, massive amount of free XP throughout the entirety of September. Good times. But that is not the only epic update for this month. Next up we have the Dungeoneering Task Set, or the Daemonheim Task Set. The true superheroes of Dungeoneering Task Set are you, the players. The majority of tasks and rewards were suggested by you in the forums, blah 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 blah. So, what to expect? Easy tasks would include a game of sinkholes and defeating a boss solo. Elite tasks won't require level 99 Dungeoneering or above, but they'll take you pretty close to it. Craft and wield a Spirit Bloom orb, or kill a warped Galuga while avoiding its 1 life point attack. The majority of other tasks will be completable regardless of whether you like to play solo or within large groups. As a small sample, you can expect to wear a fully upgraded Ring of Kinship, gain the Beast Mode title, and kite Balak the Pummeler into his own rifts. For rabid Dungeoneers, the rewards will be the kicker. Now, there is a lot of rewards from this Dungeoneering task, and some of you really love the Dungeoneering, or simply have Dungeoneering left until you get your comp cake. You will probably love this. So, here we go. You will not only gain a massive amount of XP, typical to every single task set, you will also gain Dungeoneering tokens, additional bind slots, smuggler price reductions, secondary ring tracks, extended resource dungeons, additional gate stones, crab hands, and even a Thok headbutt override. And that's just the scratching the surface. There's apparently going to be quite a few more little prizes from it as well. So yeah, best be looking forward to this one. And what form will it be coming in? Well, these effects will be activated by wearing the brand new task set reward item, the Dungeoneering Aura. All of this neglects to mention the most daunting but also the most awesome of rewards. A Dungeoneering hard mode. Yeah! They're adding hard mode to Dungeoneering, which should be pretty interesting. If you manage to complete every floor on hard mode, you'll gain the prestigious title of Daemonheim. So there we go. Brand new task set. Completing it all will give you a bollock ton of rewards, let's be honest. There's absolutely loads there, and apparently there's even more. So yeah, if that alone, just that little section there, additional bind slots, secondary ring attack, new resource dungeons, yeah, if that's got your attention, then the extra stuff I'm sure they're hiding will be just as good and well worth doing. And as always with the task set systems, when they come in, I will be making guides for them. So if you are too lazy to just straight up do it, or you really don't like doing it, I honestly don't blame you, I will be making guides for them probably on release and following the days just after release as well. So yeah, expect nice pretty guides for those as usual. So, now moving on then. So, you've got the task sets and the Super September. It's pretty good, right? Yeah, that's not all. You now have the Birthright of the Dwarves. Continuing the theme of the updates designed by you, Birthright of the Dwarves includes 3 elements made by the players. Athanon won a competition to create the Chaos Druid leader. Adjaman produced a stunning concept of Chaos Giant creature, both of which arrive in-game. Additionally, several high-level players came to the Jagex offices themselves, armed with ideas from the community, helping them to design a new addition to the Lava Flow mine. And that is the concept art for Chunky Monkey Chaos Giant. These 3 things will all be included within the latest Grandmaster Who's Your Daddy quest for the Dwarven kind. Quest is the Birthright of the Dwarves, where you will explosively end the Dwarven storyline. It is the finale of the Dwarf storyline and ends with the Grandmaster bang. Form an army and take the fight to the Red Axe by assaulting their secret base, which will be filled to the brim with Chaos Dwarves, Dwogers and Cannoneers. It won't be all combat, however. There will be mental battles to be won as you travel into the memories of your allies and enemies. The fate of Keldagrim, Veldaban and a number of other characters will be left entirely to you, as you're presented with choices of great gravity on the way to victory. Return in one piece and you'll be laden with rewards. As usual, Grandmaster levels of awesome amounts of XP, 3 new dragon weapons, an Imcando pickaxe that acts as a mining/smithing version of the Inferno adze, and the aforementioned additions to the Lava Flow mine. So if you plan to bring the Dwarf storyline to a glorious end, make sure you're combat ready and have completed the King of the Dwarfs, have a mining level of 80 and a smithing level of 82, as well as strength at 85. Yeah. So not only have we finally got our Dwarven quest, it's the massive grand finale of the Dwarven storyline itself, and it is a Grandmaster Who's Your Daddy quest. So expect it to be fairly difficult. Well, hopefully it's fairly difficult anyway. And if you manage to complete it, access to 3 new dragon weapons, I'm assuming, which is most likely the Dragon Warhammer, the Throwing Axe? Yeah, Throwing Axe maybe? The Dragon Knives as well, possibly? Is that all the weapons in Dragon then? I think that's all the weapons in Dragon, off the top of my head. I don't know, I can't remember. Either way, that's pretty nice, so yeah, we'll be able to see if they're any decent. And you also gain access to the Imcando pickaxe, which is basically an Inferno adze but with mining and smithing. And seeing as the Inferno adze acts as a dragon hatchet, it's very likely the Imcando pickaxe will be acting as a dragon pickaxe. So yeah, I'm thinking this quest is going to be very well worth doing. On top of that, because it is a quest, and I am me, you will also receive a quest guide for this bad boy, probably on day of release or the day after, because I'm good like that. So you'll be able to complete this bad boy with ease. Lots and lots of content, so much to do. Can't wait for this stuff, gotta be said. So moving on, because of the massive Dwarven update, they're going to have the massive finale quest. The Dwarfs are going to be getting a full-blown makeover. They're going to be looking pretty and chunky and short. And this is going to be available to free players and members. It's not just going to be in Keldagrim, but everywhere in the entirety of RS. So we've now got some new pretty dwarfs to look at and poke and prod and dropkick. So there we go. On top of that, for you PVM mad people, you crazy PVMers, Vorago has a little surprise for you. And basically, there's more for combat enthusiasts in September than dwarfs. Vorago has been testing your metal for over a month now, and he's ready to unleash a spectacular new attack rotation on anyone worthy enough to face him. You best be aware though, as he'll be firing his new green bomb this month. This is only the beginning, as Vorago has only been warming up for a main event. We're keeping our cards close to our chest for the moment, but watch out for an exclusive Twitch event with Mod Chriselle, the developer of Vorago, Mod Ryan and Mod Oliver from QA, to learn more about a surprise Vorago edition this month, when Vorago takes it to the next level for the most insane challenge yet. So, for you PVM crazies, Vorago has got a brand new attack pattern, and you're going to see some new attacks on top of it. And if that wasn't good enough, apparently the mods and mods Chris L have been playing about with Vorago and have a sneaky little surprise which they're not willing to tell us about. But they are going to have an exclusive event on Twitch, so maybe we'll be able to find out a bit more information just before it's released. So with that in mind, it may be a good idea to head on over to Twitch and find RuneScape's channel, and maybe take a note and keep an eye on it for this mega event. And hopefully we'll have some brand new Vorago footage just before it's released. We can see these new attacks. Should be pretty funky. So moving on, they've also added combat timers. Kind of ties into this Vorago fight. This is also for PVMers and goodness. Basically, they're going to be adding time remaining to the effects on the buff and debuff icons that you can move about. And basically these will show you how much time is left on an overload dose, or your anti-dragonfire shield, potion, or your pre-renewal, things like that. Any kind of buffs with a expiration timer, pretty much. So they're adding that to the buff and debuff system, which is actually very, very nice to see, because that makes life quite a lot easier. You know when to actually take another dose without kind of wasting it. So yeah, all in all, good times. Looking forward to seeing those. On top of that, as I said before, there's an epic conclusion to the Battle of Lumbridge. So basically, through September, or at least by the end of it, the Battle of Lumbridge is going to come to an epic conclusion. Before we gather, there's still choices to be made, and the tide of the battle can still be turned. Choose between massive and powerful siege engines, which rain death and destruction upon the battlefield, or mighty elite units who tear the enemy to pieces as well as stun those around them. Make sure you have your say in the battle of light and chaos. Wherever the future of the 6th Age takes us, there is no turning back. So we're going to see the conclusion and kind of get an idea of what the after effects of these kind of things is actually going to be. Kind of nice to see. And last but not least, Solomon's Store has had some additions. Quick mention should be made of the 3 additions to the Solomon Store this month, as they act as a sidekick to the Superhero September promotions. Critical hit splats can be changed to the comic book style pow, bam and bash, like Batman, while you will be able to purchase 2 new teleports, a superhero transformation before flying away, and a bulking up teleport where a fly makes you angry and you change into a raging beast before leaping away. Incredible Hulk. So yeah, that is pretty much it. That is the BTS for September. I say that's pretty much it. Gotta be honest, there's an absolute bollock ton of stuff in this. So, not only have you got the Super September challenges and double XP on your daily challenges, you've also got some pretty new overrides which you can win from doing said superhero challenges, and additionally if you do all 30 you get a pimpin' little gold outfit. Imagine it's in gold, and there we go. You are a gold pimp, win! Additionally, they've added the Daemonheim Task Set, which is going to give you a bunch of bonuses for Dungeoneering. It's going to be the Dungeoneering Aura. And they're also adding Dungeoneering Hard Mode, which is pretty fucking awesome, let's be honest. That's pretty cool, can't wait to check that out. If that wasn't good enough for you, you've also got the brand new Grandmaster quest for the Dwarven kind. And this one looks like it's going to be pretty awesome as well, as the reward is pretty much an Inferno adds for mining and smithing, which is a pretty awesome reward, let's be honest. That is actually really good. Top of that, because of that update, the dwarves are going to be looking pretty with a brand new graphical update. Vorago is going to be changing his attack patterns, as well as adding some new things into the mix, and Mod Chris L's got a surprise he's not willing to talk about yet. But that is going to be a Twitch event, so check out RuneScape's Twitch channel and keep an eye for when this event happens. On top of that, kind of tying into the Vorago, they're adding time remaining to your buffs and debuffs, so you can actually find out and know exactly how long you have left on your overload dose and your pre-renewal and your anti-fire dose. And on top of that, the Battle of Lumbridge is coming to an epic conclusion, and shit's gonna go down, which should be pretty interesting in and of itself. And I'm kind of curious to what we're gonna see next. Is Zaros gonna be making a show, or maybe Bandos, or is Saren gonna be poking people in the eye? So there we go. That is the BTS for September. Happy days. Loads and loads of stuff. So, now you know what's happening in September, what about the patch notes? So they did a little update, the interface fix, on the 29th of August, and I'm sure most of you have found quite a lot of bugs with it, such as if you hover over your quick pray little button thing, it kind of spazzes out and makes it very hard to click, as well as many other things such as problems with the split chat and whatever that they've added. Well, unfortunately they haven't fixed them in this patch in particular, but hopefully they will be fixed within the next coming days, possibly by next week hopefully. So there we go. But for these are the background little updates and fixes that happened behind the scenes of the interface fix. So let's get started. Graphical wise, the mouse icons used when hovering over logs when using the plank make spell have been corrected. The skill cape hanging up next to Thok has been updated. The fortress guard in the Black Knight's fortress no longer holds a two-handed weapon with a shield. The colour of closed and open bank booths in Lumbridge are now the same. The brightness in Open GL has been toned down slightly for one of the cutscenes in the Death of Chivalry. A roof what's slightly off in the Black Knight's fortress has been realigned. So, skills, D&Ds and minigames. Meg now gives herblore lamps instead of hunter lamps to assist players with unlocking the biologist adventurer. Culinariomancer no longer constantly hits for 1 damage in Dominion Tower. Experience from the Tears of Guthix D&D is now awarded to the correct skill. Free-to-play players will now be informed once they've reached their daily resource limit for Divine Tears. Players training Divination will now receive a message when a Chronicle Wisp spawns for them. Wisps in Dungeoneering no longer appear on top of combat NPCs. Social Slayer and Player Broadcast now function correctly with the different settings of the private chat filter. Quest, challenges and achievement wise though, in the Death of Chivalry, the Black Knight suspicion level bar and the overlay for the final boss fight can now be moved with the edit mode as part of the minigame HUD. The life points of Skeleton Warriors in the Death of Chivalry now scale with the player's level. Graldo has returned. He now resides within the Goblin Village. In the Death of Chivalry, players will no longer get the option to ask Fern why don't I need an amulet of Ghost Speak to understand you if they've completed the hard Mori tasks. The sound effect for running out of prayer points no longer plays at the beginning of the Death of Chivalry cutscenes. Sir Amic Vaz now has the dialogue options, speak about the wanted quest, and speak about avoid dance quest when applicable. The Some Like a Cold quest journal now displays as quest complete when the quest has been completed. The quest journal no longer states players haven't started the cook's assistance during or after the quest. The fletching requirement in the quest journal for the Fremy trials has been corrected. The quest versions of Zenivivia and Sigmund have been updated to use the new overhead prayer icon system for NPCs. Well, moving on to the miscellaneous updates then. The examine text for certain divination items in shops have been updated to ensure that all of the text can be displayed. Players can now find divination options in the skill branch of the quick chat rather than having to search for them. Players may now create a tectonic mask via the assist system. Max is no longer able to wear his Max hood and is now wearing a 10-year veteran hood. The level up milestone message now shows maximum free-to-play level achieved at the correct level. A spelling mistake in the dialogue with Mace Stormbrewer has been fixed. Players can no longer re-roll the chance of getting a special challenge over and over when asking for a new Slayer task. The quartermaster in Birthright no longer references the old notice board. The tooltips for vengeance spells have been updated to reflect their casting cooldown. A bug where certain usernames were not displaying correctly in the summary interface has been corrected. The descriptions for the Barbarian Teleport and Telegroup Barbarian spells have been updated. The message given when attempting to catch butterflies with a net sheathed has been updated for clarity. The confirmation message given when equipping tradable ports armor has been reworded. Keybinds on the action bar are no longer displayed when typing // or while not being within your friends, clans or guest clan chat. The scroll bar in the chat now correctly scrolls to the bottom when receiving a message. Chat will now stay focused on the lines a player is reading if they are not already scrolled to the bottom. Transparency is now applied to the interface title bars while in locked mode. Corrections have been made to the songs Rune Sphere, Rune Span, Rune Energy, Rune Verse and Rune Time. Players can no longer wear a max cape when they do not meet the requirements if they have it stored in a dragon keepsake. The initial Troll Warzone cutscene can once again be skipped by pressing the escape key. Players can once again set the keybinds to the number pad keys. Yay! So there we go, that is all the patch notes on the 29th, as well as your pretty behind the scenes. September is shaping up to be quite a bit of a monster. And there's going to be quite a massive amount of content to play, as well as make guides for. So expect your Dungeoneering guides hopefully on release, and the following days after its release. And expect your quest guide as usual, either day of release or the day after, depending on how annoying and difficult it is. So there we go. That is everything. I hope you all enjoyed. So you've now all been informed, you all know what's going on. You know about the patches, the sneaky behind the scenes patches, and you know about what's coming up in September. So until next time people, I will catch you all later. Have a good one.